Hey guys, I didn't want to have to make this video, but I just feel that I haven't been totally truthful with the audience, and what I have to say is pretty embarrassing, but I would rather it was told out there by me than somebody else posting a clip about it. I have been radicalized by Gary Vaynerchuck.
What if I told you you died this week?
Nobody gives a shit.
Let me just say it one more time if you're confused what I just said. Do you know what the fuck I was doing at 25? Your mom and dad could have had sex like 3 minutes later and you wouldn't even exist and you're complaining. You could have ended up being a bus.
For the past several years, I have been watching an unbelievable amount of Gary Vee videos.
I'm gonna make Monday morning my bitch. I'm gonna make you Saturday Monday morning.
If you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuck is, he's a millionaire entrepreneur and he makes these sort of entrepreneurship like hustle culture videos. If you've seen him, it does not feel like my sensibilities would be attracted to this type of content, and that's why I'm making the video to apologize. I want to apologize to my entire audience because what I have done is not only embarrassing, but it's infiltrated my regular life. Hey, how's it going, John?
What's going on? What do you need?
Just wanted to, I got something to tell you. I just wanted to sit down and have a sort of meeting with you. I've been watching Gary Vaynerchuck videos for a couple years now.
I'm sorry, you think I don't know that you've been watching Gary Vee videos?
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. You know what? Maybe it's easier to show you how much I've been watching. Now, in your YouTube, you can look at your YouTube history, so I just wanted to do this. I have several accounts, but I guess we'll start with the Perfect Person account, and if you just type in Gary. So as you can see here, I've watched this entire 11-minute video called Building a Powerful Personal Brand on Social Media. You can really sort of start to see, oh my God, this is so fucking embarrassing. And that's just one account. Let's go ahead and switch to my regular. So as you can see here, it's pretty bad. What I've been up to, what I've been getting into, I've been radicalized by a hustlepreneur. Now I wanted to make this video both to apologize to my core fan base for underestimating the power of internet radicalization. And hopefully by sharing this information, I can move on and I can move past it. But first, we have to dive deeper into Gary Vee. So Gary Vaynerchuck, like, he does a million different bizarre things on the internet. He kind of has a marketing company where he consults a bunch of other businesses. He's also an author. The way he writes his books is he'll get a hotel room and then he'll just talk for a full day. And then he'll have someone write it all down, and that's the book. I hate to give him credit, but kind of a fucking power move. I fell down the Gary Vee rabbit hole to the point where I was watching these hustle videos, and I thought that me too could be kind of an entrepreneur. I would say that the content is dangerous in that it kind of encourages you to believe in yourself. And that is not ideal depending on the self that you are. Another interesting thing about Gary Vee is he records like every second of his life.
I decided to have a fucking man walk around with a camera and follow me, because who knows when it's gonna happen.
In Gary Vee's eyes, he's on the verge of saying something really, really smart and clippable at every single moment. So if you watch his vlogs, it's just clear that a guy is with him, filming him, no matter what he's doing at all times, in case he's like, hey, and by the way, you should post on Instagram Reels. And then like, that's a clip now. I can be a millionaire by the time I'm 30.
You're already 30. Are you trying to stop? I want to help you realize that watching Gary Vee is not going to be the answer to you being stressed out.
That's interesting. I actually think you're tapping into something really smart, which is that I've been overwhelmed as a business owner, and watching Gary Vee, he does it so effortlessly. Another facet of his business is that like he gives business advice to people, and he gives sort of bad advice in my opinion. Somebody will be like, okay, I have like a perfume company, and he'll be like, are you posting on social? How many times? And they'll be like, oh yeah, actually we are posting on social media. And he'll be like, how many times are you posting on social? And they'll be like, oh, we post once a day. Not enough. You need to be posting 175 to 314 pieces of content on TikTok and LinkedIn every day. And until you do that, I can't help you.
You have become Gary Vee pilled in a way that I didn't think I could see a sane person.
I want to be clear about the fact that I am not proud.
I want to be clear about the fact that it kind of sounds like you are.
I'm 27 and I'm trying to keep myself going every day, and I kind of struggle sometimes. So what is your take on that?
What do you struggle with, brother?
I think just being motivated to get to my end goal. You know, I get
What's your end goal?
out. Honestly, 6 figures, have a big house. I'm being a little materialistic, but
Well, that's why you're struggling.
There's something about it that maybe it's the music or it's in the black and white where like I fucking hate myself for doing it. But I'm like watching it and I'm like, that's fucking right. That's actually totally fucking right. Perhaps the strangest piece of the Gary Vee empire is that like obviously he makes like motivational hustle porn, but he also is trying to make like a new version of Pokemon. Let me repeat. Gary Vaynerchuck is trying to make a new version of Pokemon.
Welcome to VFriends.com. VFriends is an ambitious NFT project around characters that have traits that I believe in so much.
Imagine Pokemon, but instead of Pikachu, it's Grateful Gar, a sort of fish that represents gratitude.
They also happen to be...
Is that how they came up with these? Is that he drew them all? This is insane. Accountable anteater, patient panda, motivated monster, ambitious angel. Now, VFriends cartoons, these are cartoons based on NFTs. I think this is actually a prime example of why NFTs are bullshit. For adults who understand NFTs, but marketed to children, we're basically marketing a volatile cryptocurrency to children. He'll be on stage in front of 1,000 people, hands in his pocket, his left hand in his pocket, and he'll just be like, "You need to be posting on TikTok." And he'll say basically that for 45 minutes, and they'll pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars. That to me is business.
Do you like him or do you want to be him?
What's the difference?
They also happen to be a token to a conference that I'm gonna put on every single year called VCon, V Conference.
Now, if you buy one of these VFriends tokens, you get to go to VCon. It's an exclusive, awesome conference full of other creatives and entrepreneurs, which is really, really nice. And you have to buy an NFT in order to go. And you can see Gary Vee on stage at VCon giving some of his absolute best advice.
Passion is always the bet. Passion is always the right thing to run through a wall for. If you team it up with practicality, it gets really good. And right now we live in a social media world. I don't know if you've heard about social media marketing, but I'm into it. It's free. It's free.
So a huge facet of his whole sort of vibe is that he tells people to post a ton on social media, and that's like the #1 ticket, which is true. Like social media is a great marketing tool. Obviously, I've used that for my own business. The weird thing about it is that like he's telling people to post so much on social media, and his posts don't necessarily perform that well. As I've started to come out of my radicalization rabbit hole, okay, sounds like a VFriends character, I've noticed that Gary Vee doesn't make viral content. I think he used to. Like 8 years ago, he was popping off on YouTube. He was this huge guy, whatever. But if you go to Gary Vee's YouTube channel, this guy has 4.5 million subscribers. And the last couple of videos he's made, 26K views, 24K views, 18K views, 9.5K views, 11K views. You'd expect a guy who's preaching virality, you'd expect that thing to work. But if anybody goes to his channel, they're gonna be like, well, you're posting like multiple times a day and the content isn't doing anything. This guy's advice has indirectly made me so much money, it's ridiculous. The point is to not follow his advice word for word, but materialize a strategy that works for you. Motivation, inspiration. This guy is so smart. I followed almost none of his advice and made a ton of money. To me, it's shocking how someone like me, who makes like sort of like arguably sweetie pants content, could be radicalized by hustle like crypto porn. Basically, right?
It's inside of, I think it's inside all of us.
It's the demon inside me that is clawing, it's scratching at the walls of my heart that I've built up, the integrity that I've built up. To put all of this Gary Vaynerchuck business to bed, I'm going to use all the entrepreneurial information that I have learned to counsel business owners about their businesses. Because I too believe that with sheer wit, determination, power of will, and a little bit of social media blasts, I can help your business and get you to that $1 million, $2 million, $3 million mark. So let's get counseling, baby.
Hi, Miles. My name's Christina. I run a newsletter all about burgers, and there is a paid tier, but I'm struggling to figure out what I want to put on this paid tier.
In order to make $1 million, you just need 500,000 people to spend $2. And what could be easier than that? The first rule of business, you want to give people a little treat. You're obviously a burger expert. I don't know what your background is, but you sound like you absolutely know everything there is to know about burgers, burger science, burger math, burger history. As a burger lover myself, I want to know where the next patty's coming from. Like, you basically prescribe to people different group hangs or burger experiences. Go to this comedy show, and here's a burger that pairs well with that comedy show. Romantic burger, you're gonna want a smash burger so you don't get sauce on your chin, because that is gonna be uncouth if you're with a lover. Let me tell you something. In 17 years, what do you want this business to look like? Tell me about your dreams.
In 17 years, will we even be alive?
How about this? You walk into Burger Diva HQ, and there's sort of a receptionist, and they say, "Oh, Christina, you've got a call on line 1. You go in, you pick up the big red phone, and you're like, "Let's make the buy, Mr. Ronald McDonald."
I'm actually opening up a bookstore, and I need some advice. What books I should stock, and any cool merch items that I should sell that are not book related.
I'm about to make the greatest bookstore in the history of literature, and that's including the Library of Alexandria, actually.
What are some of your favorite things to pick up at a bookstore, and what makes it unique to you?
You're asking the right questions in the wrong order. The first question needs to be, how do I make the most cash? And the second question should be, how can I make a bookstore the social event of the summer? Sex sells, as they say. So a book about human anatomy right front and center. And next to it, the most popular book of all time, the Bible. But
Oh!
And right next to that, Twilight New Moon. And guess what you're gonna do? Best book to bang to. And then it's like some niche author. Oh, this is the book that got me into college, and it's like on some fucking smart ass book.
Like what?
Exactly.
No.
I'm a little bit, John, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit worried about the backlash to
From
this video.
Gary.
To this video. No, well, definitely
If
from...
if he peeps this, he's gonna say, "I thought I taught you better than this."
Because you know what he doesn't like? Haters and
He
losers.
doesn't like haters and losers. And you've been trained not to like haters and losers, so the worst thing that you could do is become one.
Here's the thing. I love haters and losers. I actually really admire them.